Becoming a real estate agent has been way too glamorized by shows like Million Dollar Listing, Selling Sunset, and all those other dramatic TV shows. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about 5 things that I wish I knew before becoming a real estate agent, as I've been a real estate agent now for 7 years. Before we get into that, like I said, I've been a real estate agent for 7 years and over $100 million in sales, over 100 transactions done, represented some big projects like a $30 million multifamily project, and another $55 million condo project. So I have had some experience, but it did not start like that. I had no clue what I was supposed to expect when I first got my real estate license. So the first thing that I wish I knew before I became a real estate agent is that the licensing test is just step one. That test doesn't really teach you much about becoming a real estate agent, selling a house, or even learning how to get new clients. Those are the key fundamentals of the real estate business in essence. So why wouldn't they even teach like lead generation or how to talk to clients, communication, things like that? All I learned was common law and how to stay out of jail pretty much, which I guess it's pretty important, but at the same time, like you're not going to be in business for a really long time if you don't master how to actually get clients and how to actually service the clients themselves. Another crazy thing is that most of the people that I took the test with, licensing test, are actually not realtors now. So I mean, this is proof is in the pudding. There's a huge percent of realtors that fail within the first year and a massive percent of realtors that fail within the first 5 years. So again, that licensing test is just the start of your real estate business, and don't expect that to be the hardest part. Now, the second thing is that income is definitely not immediate. I quit my job because I wanted to take that risk when I first got into real estate, and I was a banker. I was earning like 50 grand or 60 grand a year, and I quit that job to say, you know what, I want to go in this 100%, 2 feet in. I want to make sure that I'm committed to the craft. But what I didn't realize was the fact that the income is definitely not immediate. I had bought my first property when I quit my job. I had a car loan because I thought you need a fancy car to become a real estate agent, and had some other little minor expenses, but they were adding up every single month. And what I didn't realize is that there is something called a real estate lag. That is where it takes a little bit of time for you to actually get the money when you start working. So what I'm talking about is that, let's say you get your license today and you want to start earning money. You first have to figure out how you're going to have to figure out what method you're going to use to meet people, to get clients. You're going to figure out how to actually find them their dream house or list their house and make sure that it sells. And then you're going to have to wait for the closing date, because the closing date is the actual day when we get paid. So you're definitely not going to be earning money right away. I would say that real estate lag, if you do things correctly, is minimum 1 to 2 months. I usually like to call it 3 months, but minimum 1 to 2 months before you're even going to see any money. Now, number 3 is time management challenges. This was a massive one for a lot of my colleagues. I kind of was already pretty strict about my time, but I see so many people fail in the industry simply because they can't manage their time correctly. So whether it be getting ready or doing mindless tasks like scrolling Instagram or TikTok, those are all very, very precious minutes that you could be spending communicating with clients, sending out offers, getting paid, things like that. So if you're not really looking at your time properly, one of the best things that I did when I first got into the business and when I actually start any new venture really is I look at my day to day. And for example, let's say today's Monday. So I'm gonna wake up in the morning, and from the time of I wake up to the time I go to sleep, in 30-minute increments or 1 hour increments, I'm gonna write down everything I did the hour or 30 minutes prior to, so that I can actually see what it is that I achieved in that time frame. And if I don't have anything to write down, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed in myself. So it also motivates me to actually start doing something. So one of the things you can do is to make sure that you document and you write down every single thing that you're doing, so that one, you can make sure that you do more, but two, you can cut out the nonsense stuff that you do in a day-to-day basis to ensure that you're only doing things that are revenue producing, like lead generation, prospecting, talking to people, and networking. Now, number 4 is understanding the financial investment. Now, I know it can be hard because the course costs $3,000 to $6,000 depending on where you live, but you do have to understand that's the cost of getting the license. That's not the cost of operating your business. And smart business people always allocate their most amount of their budget towards marketing themselves, because if people don't know you, people cannot use you, and therefore you cannot get paid. So I would set out to spend at least $10,000 in your first year on marketing yourself, and that'll give you a massive advantage. With that $10,000, you should aim to market yourself as much as possible on avenues like social media. I like to use Facebook and Instagram a lot. You can do Google PPC, but that's a lot more expensive. That's going to be targeting more listings, but again, that is a lot more expensive, so might not be worth it at the beginning. You might want to work with some investors or buyers or people who do need to sell their house, but they also are looking promptly at buying. So you do want to invest that money very wisely, but you also want to make sure that you're not wasting the money. So this is where somebody like myself, which we do now at Create Quality Leads, is we actually handle your entire year's marketing for a portion of that, not even 10K. And that can basically avoid all the mistakes that you might make at the beginning, which I made at the beginning. It'll basically propel your career and make you make moves as if you were 3, 4, 5 years in the business, so you waste less time. Understanding that there is a financial investment, but if you can invest and understand that you're going to get money back and you can calculate your ROI, which is return on investment, then you're obviously in a good position. And finally, number 5 is the emotional resilience required to be in this career. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you, in this career you're going to face a lot of rejection, you're going to face a lot of closed doors, you're going to face a lot of people that are just obnoxious, and they're just terrible people. That's just what happens in this type of industry. When you can make hundreds of $1,000s overnight, people get really obnoxious, people get really kind of standoffish. There is a lot of great people in the industry too, but you're just going to be faced with a lot of that. You're going to be faced with a lot of rejection from people that you thought were maybe going to be your best clients. Maybe they're not. Maybe family that you thought was going to work with you, and they're actually not, because they don't trust you because you're a brand new agent. You really need to have thick skin here. This business is about the number of people that you can reach out to and the number of people that know you, and the more people that know you, they can buy from you, and they can use your services. So you really need to take it with a grain of salt when people tell you no, and just understand that that's part of the process. Every single no is going to lead you closer to that yes, and that'll make you a better real estate agent. So there you guys have it, 5 things that I wish I knew before getting my real estate license. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below, hit that subscribe button, but more importantly, if you don't have enough people to talk to day to day in your real estate business, hit the website link below and book a call with us, because we can ensure that we get you a closed deal within that year, making it a 100% return on your investment. For the next video, guys, I'll see you next time.